Hello Pokemon Go trainers, it's the Seahawks fan with another Pokemon Go video. And today we finally have remotable max battles for Gigantamax. Now we've had remotable max battles for a little bit, but Gigantamax definitely something that actually may be worth it to remote. Now you do need to use a remote pass and the particles. Now for 25,000 Stardust. A lot of other rewards, guaranteed XL candy, a ton of XP. Being able to double with a ticket, allowing for extra collection of particles in the day. Definitely not a bad thing to spend your Pokecoins on, but it can get very pricey. Dynamax, Gigantamax Machamp. We already have Dynamax Machamp in the game, but now Gigantamax, which is just 30% attack boost for Gigantamax. Now also keep in mind you cannot change the type of max attack you throw. Gigantamax is locked in for a single type, and that is fighting. Now Gigantamax Machamp a little more difficult than I expected. I did not give the respect. I understand no flying types or fairies to absolutely just destroy Sing, but Dynamax Metagross is going to do a lot of work. But it already took out... it took out my Dynamax Metagross, my level 50 Dynamax Metagross, level 50 G-Max Blastoise, and level 40 Dynamax Charizard. Now, Dynamax Charizard and Unfezant, along with Metagross, are probably the top counters. Dynamax Charizard specifically being able to have a flying max move. Definitely good luck. We've had a lot of time so far, a good amount of months with Dynamax and Gigantamax so far, but there's still a lot more to learn, and especially with now being able to emote, finally being able to not need to have a group of 40 in person. You could definitely now participate for a bit of extra cost. It's up to you if you want. But it is really important to evolve your Pokemon at the minimum to truly have any beneficial effect. I have a lot of other videos. Definitely gonna make a guide on a beginner's guide to Gigantamax, but yeah, I was able to catch this Gigantamax Machamp without too much problem. Now, Poke Genie, the app I use to join emotes. Thankfully for the Machamps, I just have a friend who, in New Zealand, honestly just a little bit surprised, but happily surprised I was able to join groups of almost 40, and with my 250s and 40 team getting knocked out quickly, I was very, very happy. Thankfully, game did not crash. Gotta be careful if you join with the friends list. Poke Genie is safer, but if you can see you have 30 people in a lobby in your friends list, can definitely be nice. But the Poke Genie, you enter your information, your username and trainer code. Then when you are in a lobby, the app should auto copy the code for the group you're joining, and then you go back into Pokemon Go to send a friend request, and make sure you hit send friend request so the app knows you actually did. I've made the mistake a couple times, definitely silly. And if you're not in the app, when in a queue, you have 30 seconds to go into the app, or 45. And then you got 2 minutes to join and to confirm that you actually sent the code. Otherwise, you can get kicked out. It's just bad. It's quick. Shouldn't take that long. Doing a Shadow Lapras because I don't want to. I really don't want to risk Gigantamax Machamp. But remoting has been definitely a lot of fun over the years. Even since the cost, I've definitely done a lot of emotes but was definitely a lot more eager in the earlier days of remote raids over COVID. Being able to get a remote pass for 100 coins, 3 for 250. Wow, what a time. But with the amount of starters you get for Gigantamax Max battles, definitely could be tempting. Now, if you have, like, no players, being able to collect the particles, extra particles with the ticket, get an extra 4,000 particles during your time zones Gigantamax Max battles. Definitely could be worth to just spend the extra cost on the remote raids. I mean, a lot of Stardust. You do get a lot of Stardust, ton of XP, and also I mean Raid IV Machamps, which could be okay. We also did have Gigantamax, just Machop Comday, but you can also give the feedback. I mean, I just say yes all unless like things go wrong, but you can also host. You gotta do a screenshot, post like how many trainers you're gonna have. And there's some notes. And I'm not going to be going through. You're welcome to do it on Poke Genie if you want. Or pause the video. But it is pretty simple. You have your profile, your username, training code. And when I entered, I had to do screenshots for the training code. And the username, just of the overall view of my trainer and the name. But you can earn XP, level up. The app will do better about matching you with other players for lobbies. But you can see on your friends list people doing Gigantamax Machamps or other raids. You enter your name, your trainer code, and you can just copy it from Pokemon Go. Now, I thought you still had to post a screenshot of the friend code from back in the day. But apparently not anymore. But this is like where the username screenshot that I had to back in the day. I did do 2 Gigantamax Machamp. Gonna do another. And be a little bit smarter. Now, with Gigantamax, it is better off to just use your fast attack until you go into the max mode. And just because you do so much more damage in the max mode and not being able to take attacks from Champ, definitely very nice. Now with dodging actually working, definitely going to be very helpful. And now I'm going to be smart and have 1-turn fast move, Water Gun, Blastoise as attackers. Now really Gigantamax is where you want, like it was where you really care about doing the max attacks. It's not going to be more helpful. I don't think it is more helpful as a tank. Now you can see those 3 white lines, they like become red. The earlier you notice them, the sooner you could swipe. I think you actually have to swipe. You may be able to just tap if you can tap to the side. I actually, no, I don't think so. But you can physically swipe on the screen to dodge. And if you dodge later, then you take a bit more damage. Should be, if you do swipe too late, I think you do take extra damage than had you just not dodged at all. The 2 Gigantamax Machamp defeated. This one a little worse than the first IVs. It's fine. Now, unless you're doing a ton of remotes, which should be 20 remotes a day, I think is they've brought it, or at least 10 is the base now. And like an insane amount of in person, which doing like 20 in person in your time zone is definitely not an easy feat. But I mean, odds are you're not going to be getting a Gigantamax shiny. If you do, awesome. Especially if you're only doing a few max battles. But we also did have the compensation research if you bought the Snorlax G Max ticket. Man, with all those problems. And you get like a bunch of extra max particles you could collect. Definitely optimal to collect and use them for the Gigantamax Machamp Day. But we also had Machop Classic Com Day. That was actually triple catch Stardust. Would have been nice to play the whole time and get all the Stardust, but I mean, I don't need the Stardust that bad at all. But it was fun to play, get some a couple shinies. And also, I mean, if you needed the candy for Machamp, it is very convenient to have a Machop Com Day with Gigantamax Machamp Max Battle Day the day after. And you do need a lot of candy, especially XLs. You need like over 400 XLs, 250, and then max out all the max moves. Should be 120 XLs and hundreds of regular candies. Like 600, 700 maybe? At least 600. Which I mean definitely a lot to get, especially for legendary Pokemon. I mean, Gigantamax, Dynamax, understandable if you just don't do it. I mean, I fully committed to it, and it's been fun. Definitely gotten the rewards. They felt worth it, but definitely have committed a lot of resources into them. Understandable to not want to be building Pokemon you've already built. It is can be definitely tough trying to grind for Hundo, Charmander, Squirtles, especially Machop. Like if you already built your Shadow Machamps, I do not blame you just skipping, especially if you don't have an active player base. I mean, I live close enough to travel to one of the biggest cities in America, Chicago, to be able to play. I had a nice small shiny Machop haul, and my best PvP IV was one I caught before the con day. I mean, it's not like insane, but yeah, it's pretty good. And also, you can get payback still. Con days are fun, definitely nice. Good luck, trainers, on your Gigantamax Machamp Day, and I hope you had a good classic con day. Definitely is a fun time this weekend. Definitely stay tuned to a lot more max battles for Gigantamax Machamp to come. But thanks for watching, and goodbye.